Good morning, sunshine. This is Susan, and this is a really important day for me in my life. I'm going to start revealing my story, and I've never been able to feel comfortable being vulnerable. And so that's why I'm hand holding this because I tried to set up all the equipment and it was stupid and a mess. And I realized that the equipment is only tools. Just like where I am now, I'm in what I call my spirit room. I'm going to show this to you if I can figure out how to flip this thing around. And I can't. So here, I hope you're able to see it's just some things that I absolutely love in my life. Um, I bought those this was our guest bedroom, and I bought those for my friend Debbie who was coming to visit, and because she loves birds, and now I've discovered how much I love birds. So that's kind of funny. And here is a beautiful picture that I love. I love the colors blues, anything in the blues and purple. But I think I'm procrastinating. So let me get back then to my story. But firstly, here's my babies. Oops. Can you see them? Remember I told you my emotional support dogs. So they're with me today. So, all right, it's time to talk a little bit about my story. I don't know that everything will be in order because I tend to, especially as I get older, although when I was younger too, my mind goes from one thing to another very quickly, and sometimes my mouth follows, and but I'm fortunate that at this time in my life, it's okay if my mind wanders or my words wander, because you could fast forward or turn off this video or anything else that you want to do. I'm doing this for me, but it is with the hopes that if one person can get anything out of my own experiences, then it makes it all worthwhile. So I was born towards the end of 1959. It was it was Christmas Eve, and because I was Jewish and I went to just a regular school, I didn't go to a parochial school, a Hebrew academy or anything, because my parents couldn't afford it. So we went to just regular school, and actually the first thing that I performed in school was a hymn. And I think I got the performing bug from that, which is really odd. But anyways, I digress again. But when I got older and people would ask me, like even now in the grocery store, if I want to buy alcohol, they'll say, okay, well, what's your date of birth? And I'll say December 24, and they'll say, oh my God, you poor thing. It must have been so horrible for you because did you get combined presents? And I was like, no, because we really didn't celebrate Christmas. It wasn't a thing for me. Actually, most of my friends were either up north skiing or in Florida, actually, enjoying the sun. But I always felt loved on my birthday. There was always somebody around, and birthdays were never that important to me at that time because, you know, that it is what it is, right? Okay, but before I go off too long on this, I really want to get to a little bit more of my story, which is I was born into a family which was very much a blended family in a way. My father had been married previously. He had two older sons from his first marriage, who didn't know it all because we hardly saw them, unfortunately for them and for my father, I think. And my mother was older when she was married, kind of just like I am. So many women at that time got married like in 19, 18, 19 years old, and she was not. And I think there was some sort of feeling that both of them somehow weren't good enough. I think they thought that. And so they found each other. Unfortunately, it was a very toxic match. There was many good things about their, whoops, there's my fingers again, sorry. There's many good things about their marriage, but how it affected me is that I grew up in what I considered chaos. Lots of screaming and yelling, and it was very hard for me. I didn't realize that at the time, but I was an empath from maybe before birth, and so everything that happened in the house had a profound effect on me. Now, I have other family members and they look at our childhood completely different. But me being an empath, everything that was said or heard, I smelled, I tasted, had a profound effect on how I lived for many, many years of my life. I had a what you would call a psychic experience. I think it was when I was about 6 years old, and my brothers, half brothers, were coming to visit, and I had a nap in the afternoon, and I slept a lot in the afternoons because I didn't never slept well at night. I still have trouble with it. But I had a nap in the afternoon and I could just envision this black surface with a hand coming up with a Zippo lighter. Remember those old Zippo lighters? And it clicked, and then this huge flame shot up. And that was my dream. And then I woke up and everybody was over. We were having, I guess, a barbecue or something like that. And one of my brothers, and I'm not sure I don't remember now who it was wearing a black shirt. They took out a Zippo lighter, and it was if I was watching my dream. Because now we're talking, if it was, I was 6, so it was in the early 60s, and everybody smoked then. And anyway, so I got really scared, and I think I must have mentioned it to some family members, and I don't know who, but it was like, come on, you're a dreamer, you're this, you're that, you're silly, and all those words affected me as a child. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that I was not being my authentic self from maybe that moment or earlier. I only knew that in order to survive this world, I had to keep myself hidden. Wow. Just give me a moment. Sorry about that. I'm trying not to cry. So that was basically the start of this crazy life. And really, just to skip ahead, I think I'm kind of done talking about my childhood right now, but to skip ahead, what I want to say is that if you leave open every possibility in life, it may not come to fruition, but if it's something you really want, like happiness, and I guess happiness is one of the few things that we can control that is in both in our mind, our body, our spirit, then just leave open the possibility. That's what I did. I didn't realize it until about 2 years ago that there are other possibilities than what I actually lived through, see, hear, taste, smell. I lived like that for most of my life, and I am now incredibly, incredibly blessed. And I hate saying that word because everybody says, "Ooh, I'm so blessed." I say it with the most humble of hearts that it was meeting this husband who I live with now. Well, it was first having my daughter and then meeting this husband who has given me the gift of being able to detach from all of my previous life, at least the parts that didn't serve me well. And that's why I'm making this video. So I hope it's not too long. I thank you so much. And I have to say, there's a couple of, my heart is open to everybody, and I'm grateful to every buddy. I truly, truly am. But there's a couple people who on my Twitter account who have DM'd me or I have DM'd them. And wow, we've had some amazing conversations. And sometimes I'm cutting people off because I have other things to do. But just know, especially this morning, the people who I DM'd with this morning, this video actually is for both of you. And but I thank everyone, and I don't know if I'll be posting links or stuff like that or little things today, probably not. But if you do see this and you want to subscribe, and then, yeah, sure, go ahead and do it, because as you know, the technology is hard for me. And so I'm just trying to be my authentic self. And I just, right now, everybody's doing their own thing in my house and I don't have help. So I'm just going to do it on my own. So thank you again. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.